They dragged me out of first class like I didn't belong there. Hands on my arms, voices, sharp eyes, already judging. And the wildest part, the man smirking in the aisle, the crew calling security, the passengers filming on their phones, none of them had any idea who I actually was. Let me rewind because this didn't start on the plane. It started years earlier with people deciding what I was worth based on how I looked. That morning, I wasn't dressed like someone you'd expect to see in seat 1A. No tailored suit, no diamonds, no glam, just gray sweatpants and oversized hoodie. Old sneakers, travel clothes, comfortable, invisible, or at least that's what I wanted. I'd had a brutal week meeting stacked on meetings, delays piling up, and my private flight got grounded at the last minute. Mechanical issue, 24 hours minimum. I didn't have 24 hours, so I did something I almost never do anymore. I booked a commercial flight. Last-minute ticket, first class, sleeper seat. I didn't want attention, didn't want staff hovering, didn't want the whole VIP experience. I just wanted to sit down and disappear for a few hours. You know what I mean? At the airport, I could feel it instantly. The looks. That quick scan people do head to toe deciding whether you belong. At the check-in counter, the agent paused when she saw my ticket. Her eyes flicked to my hoodie, then back to the screen. That half-second of doubt said everything. First class, she asked flat. Yeah, I said. One word. Calm. She printed the boarding pass and slid it over without a smile. No, enjoy your flight, no warmth. Just business. I didn't care. I'd learned a long time ago not to absorb every slight or I'd never make it through a day. Boarding was exactly what you'd expect. Suits, polished shoes, designer bags. Conversations about investments and golf courses. And then me standing there in line sticking out like a typo. The gate agent scanned my pass. Green light. He hesitated, frowned, then cleared his throat. Seat 1A, he said like he was saying it out loud to convince himself. Go ahead. I walked down the jet bridge, stepped into the cabin, and honestly, it felt like relief. Soft lighting. Quiet. Privacy. I slid into the seat, kicked off my shoes, put my bag up, and leaned back. For the first time all day, my shoulders dropped. I closed my eyes. Tap, tap. I opened them to see a flight attendant standing over me. Perfect hair. Tight smile that didn't reach her eyes. Behind her stood a man in a navy suit, late 50s, maybe red-faced, already annoyed. He was holding his boarding pass like evidence. Ma'am, the attendant said sweet but sharp, we need to see your boarding pass. I handed it over, no argument. She studied it longer than necessary, then looked at his. This is my seat, the man said loudly. I always sit here. I stayed calm. I booked it. It scanned. It's mine. She sighed. Actually sighed. There seems to be a discrepancy. He laughed. Not amused laughter. Mean laughter. Come on, he said, gesturing at me like I was a prop. Look at her. You really think she paid for this seat? That's when the temperature changed. I felt it in my chest, that familiar mix of anger and disbelief. I sat up straighter. What exactly is that supposed to mean? He rolled his eyes. It means you don't belong here. Now get up. The cabin went quiet. People were listening now, pretending not to, but listening. The attendant shifted her weight, already leaning toward him. Ma'am, we're going to need you to gather your things and come with us so we can sort this out. No, I said. Calm, steady. I'm not moving. She blinked. Excuse me. I have a valid ticket. I'm seated. If the airline double-booked the seat, that's not my problem. The man scoffed. This is ridiculous. I fly this airline all the time. I know people. You think they're going to side with you? He turned to the other passengers. Can you believe this? Someone murmured, wow. Another shook their head. Then he went lower. Accused me of scamming, of using a stolen card, of lying my way into first class. Each word sharper than the last. And the attendant didn't stop him. She just watched. That's when she threatened security. You're being disruptive, she said. If you don't leave voluntarily, we'll have you removed. I looked at her, really looked. I saw fear behind the authority. Fear of him. Fear of his status. And I realized she thought I was powerless. Call them, I said quietly. I'll wait. Security boarded fast. Too fast. Two officers, already annoyed, already decided. One pointed at me, that her. Yes, the attendant said. She's refusing to comply. I laughed just a little. I haven't moved. Ma'am, one officer said, stepping close, you need to come with us. If I leave this plane, I said I lose my seat. I'm not going. He didn't look at my boarding pass, didn't ask questions, just reached out. Don't touch me, I warned. He grabbed my arm. Everything after that blurred. My hood fell back. My bag spilled open. Papers slid across the floor. Someone shouted, "Hey, phones," came up. I didn't scream. I went limp, let my body go heavy. They dragged me down the aisle, socks scraping the carpet. The man in the suit clapped. Actually clapped. About time, he said. As they pulled me past him, I looked him in the eye. "This is going to cost you," I said. He laughed. They shoved me onto the jet bridge, banned me, slammed the door. And there I was, sitting on cold metal, heart pounding, hip screaming, humiliated in front of hundreds of strangers. I picked up my phone. The video was already everywhere. People ask me all the time what I felt in that moment. Rage, sadness. Honestly. Clarity. Cold, sharp clarity. I made one call, find out who owns the airline. Public company. Stock dropping, vulnerable. Buy it, I said. While that plane crossed the ocean, my team worked. Shares, debt, voting rights. The market panicked. We didn't. By the time they landed, I had control. The CEO called me frantic, offering apologies, settlements, excuses. I didn't want money. I wanted change. I wanted accountability. I fired him. Took his seat. Then I asked about the man from 1A. Turns out his firm did business with my company. Legacy contract. Easy to terminate. By the time he connected to Wi-Fi, mid-flight his name was trending. His firm had dropped him and his email didn't work anymore. When the plane landed, police boarded. They went straight to him. Handcuffs clicked. He kept saying he didn't know, that he made a mistake. Ignorance isn't innocence. Months later, I walked back onto that same plane. New name, new ownership, new culture. Same seat. I sat in 1A again. Same place where I'd been dragged. But it felt different. Quiet. Grounded. Mine. The attendant smiled. Anything before takeoff. Water, I said. Then paused. And make sure no one tries to take my seat. She laughed. I don't think anyone would. This isn't just a story about money or revenge. It's about assumptions. About how quickly people decide who deserves respect. In a world where everyone has a camera, where moments go viral in seconds, character is the only thing that lasts. So let me ask you this. If you were in my place, what would you have done? Taken the apology, the settlement, or burned the whole system down and rebuilt it better? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear them.